Greetings, gnomes and goblins. Today we are doing science. Specifically, we are looking at the new accessibility options, allowing for cast on hold. A helpful tool or open to abuse? Let's take a look. So previously we have spoken about the Blizzard UI changes. Part of these changes is more accessibility options. One of the interesting ones is cast on hold. Simply it means that rather than cast when you push the button down, or cast when you release the button press, now what it means is hold that button down and you will keep casting so long as you have resources to cast that ability and the ability has not gone on cooldown. Think of a fire mage casting fireball over and over again, desperately trying to look for that proc, or really any class that has filler spells. Now you just hold the spell down, it will keep casting until finally you can do something fun and, press other things.
Nice.
So before we don that grubby goblin white lab coat and head into our Tinker's lab, let's see exactly how we activate this new feature. Now something to note here is all options have been combined. So there is no longer interface or systems, it is simply titled options. Handy that. Now hold to cast is in the interface section, but if you are lazy like me, all you have to do is go to the handy search box up in the top corner and type in whatever it is you happen to be looking for. And then, boom, it will give you a list of those options. This is also very handy when you start a brand new character and you need to switch on auto loot, which by the way, Blizz should really just be on as default by now. Okay, so with cast on hold now active, let's go take a look at our handy demon hunter. For this, we shall jump in game. So here we are on our demon hunter, and literally all I'm going to use is Demon's Bite, and that's going to build up our fury. And then we're going to use Chaos Strike to dump our fury. Now, as I said previously, when we're holding an ability down, the border is going to go gold. So you'll be able to see whether we're holding it or whether we're pressing it. So there's the press, you can see, and then there's me holding it down. So, I'm going to target this poor alliance dummy, and then literally we're just going to hold down Demon Bite. And you see, I'm not taking my finger off, Fury's building up, and now we're going to hold down to dump our Fury. Holding down again, we're building back up. And then holding down again, and we're dumping. So that gives us a basic idea of how this new feature is meant to work. Great. This should save some people a lot of mileage. I know I'm constantly spamming and clicking. If you listened to the Let's Play I did for the new Drakthir starting area, you will hear in the background literally just like as I'm pressing my mouse to cast spells. More importantly, for those that struggle with the constant spamming of the button, it's one of those that, okay, if you're not going to use it, fine. But it is there for those that may need it, and that's a big thumbs up from me. But we haven't done the science part yet, and this is the bit in the previous video that I was worried about. So let's head to our Goblin Lab and see what we can do with this. Now my deep hope is nothing, because a feature like this with one-shot macros is just nightmare fuel. As I've said previously, there are big reasons why we moved away from just macros that were able to do everything into cast sequence and so on. But I thought, let's go take a look. If it is possible, then we can report it and it can be patched. I know, I'm a killjoy. So for this, we've created a Panda Monk and this simple little macro. So again, we're going to head in game and we're going to start experimenting. First up, as we said previously, it's literally going to do Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, Rising Sun Kick. That's what our cast sequence macro is going to do for us. And that's this one here. As you can see, I've called it Test. So we'll let our chi drop. We'll get back to where we were before. We have our Test cast sequence macro. And what it should do, just to reiterate, is Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Tiger Palm, and then into Rising Sun Kick. Nice and simple. We hold it down. So we've done our Tiger Palm. And you can see we're still holding it down. And now all we're doing is auto attacking. we're just constantly auto-attacking. We're not doing anything else. So I take my finger off. Press it again. We Tiger Palm. And you can see it's just moved to Blackout Kick. Blackout Kick. Rising Sun Kick. Tiger Palm. But you can see each time I'm having to press it separately. Now, in the interest of science, I thought, you know, we should really test how this would work with a healer. So obviously it didn't work with DPS, but is that because we're using it against a hostile? So again, we went to the macros and we created this little one. And once again, let's head back into WoW and take a look to see if it worked. So, there is our friendly Dark Spear Headhunter. Happily sat down watching everybody kicking the crap out of Alliance target dummies. And what we're going to be looking at replicating is Soothing Mist into a simple spam of some Vivify. Vivify, and then Soothing Mist ends. Fine. Nice and simple. That's what our macro is going to replicate. It's going to do Soothing Mist. And then it's going to do 3 Vivifies. So we're going to use it as separate buttons to begin with. So there's the Soothing. There's a Vivify. Vivify. And there's a Vivify. Okay. Now we're going to try and hold it down and see if that works now. Because we're going for a friendly target. There's the Soothe. You can see we're still holding it down. The yellow border's there. And there we have it. Gnomes and goblins. You can't hold down and cast sequence macro. Thank God for that, I hear us all cry. And I mean, you may be sat there thinking, well, that was pointless, I knew it wouldn't work, Grim. And to those people, I say this to you. I also very much doubted whether this would work. I said previously I desperately hoped it wouldn't. And again, there is a reason we don't use macros like this anymore. There's a reason they don't work. But this is beta. More importantly, this is Blizzard, and anything is possible. The whole point when you have access to things like Alpha and Beta is to test everything we possibly can so that issues don't arise during launch and ruin all of our experiences. I'm looking at you, Warlords of Draenor, and being stuck at the flight point of my garrison. It wasn't fun. Don't want to repeat that again. Joking aside and the experimenting bit aside, I also wanted to highlight that this feature is out there and of a real benefit to some people. Combine this with the updates to the UI, even further improvements Blizzard are looking to make regarding accessibility, all those good things, it has never been a better time to get into WoW. If previously you feared that you've got to be somebody that's been there at the played since birth and have billions of add-ons and just the game's been out for so long there's no way I could possibly get involved. Dragonflight, I'm hoping is the expansion that wants to change that mindset. That wants to say, hey, no, you can jump in with an out-the-box game and still be competitive. And with that in mind, we will be looking at more of the UI options going forward. Now we actually have access to beta ourselves. We'll finally be combining all of the features that Blizzard are talking about, not just the UI changes, these new accessibility changes, such as the being able to look at something, and boom, you can immediately target it. And we're going to combine all those things once you've looked at them individually, and we're going to try and play, probably looking at the Drakthir starting area. This time, I promise, I will equip a staff. Yeah, that was pointed out in the comments, and I will say, that was painful to watch during editing. I was like, really? Did you not equip a staff, Grim? How long you played this game for? But I've also watched Yummy TV equip an Agi staff on his Resto Shaman, so even the very best players do it, so I feel a little bit better about myself for that. But yeah, we're going to be trying the Drakthir starting zone with a controller, seeing how that works out. But until then, thank you everybody for watching. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Layers, everyone.